You. Lum 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 lum. Lum 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 lum. Lum 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 lum. Lum 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 lum. Alright, good audio quality. Why have I become? Is this blackface? Is this technically blackface? Am I gonna get canceled? Are you gonna? Don't cancel me. Don't. Or back. What's up, guys? So today, I'm gonna show you how to make beats in 2026 that actually slap, that are actually going to do something for you and get you out of your mom's basement. We don't make underground music over here. That's 2025. Kind of fake music, trash music, garbage music, doo-doo garbage music. Very, very bad. I think global warming actually stopped just so it didn't have to listen to the new wave of underground music coming out. So today I will teach you how to make a fire beat in 2026 that will even get your grandma jumping out of that coffin and hitting the hitting the whip. You know what I'm saying? So to start it off, guys, like all good melodies. When I said all good melodies, I mean all good beats start with a good. You got it. That's a melody right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up Serum 2, and if you don't have Serum 2, buy it. If you don't have Serum 2 money, steal it. I'm just playing. I don't condone that at all whatsoever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up. Hold on. I put my headphones on. Take off my hat. Alright. Everything's so good. Everything's so good. Alright, guys. So remember, in 2026, type beats, yeah, they're still a thing. Honestly, getting placements kind of silly goose vibes. Honestly, um, that's not true. You want to get placements. Alright, but we're gonna make a fire beat, and we gotta start with a fire melody. So let's see what we got. Alright, so first thing, guys, I'm gonna grab something from my Eternal Plus Serum Bank, and I like to start with like pads and stuff like that, cause I'm not like a super melody genius. I'm not Nick Mira. I'm not Rio. So I just like to get something down really simple like this. Can you guys hear that? Hello? Yeah, this. Bye. Hold on one sec. Why is it saying audio capture's working, but it's. Hold on one sec. Why is it saying audio capture's working, but it's. Hold on one sec. This pissed me off. Who deleted my audio settings? What in the Scooby Doo? This makes absolutely no sense. Give me a second. This is absurd. Oh my god, bro. Yo, my settings got changed. I'm actually mad upset right now. Why is this not working? I literally just had this working. And I can't drag. Whoa, what is going on, man? It deleted my shit. Give me a second. Fucking retarded bullshit, faggot nigga, bro. Let's see if that works. I was autistic. Alright, we're back. Alright, so start with some stupid pad. Yeah, okay. Quiet, brother. Something that makes you feel like you want something that feels melodic, but also like you could probably, you know what I'm saying, slide on the ops too. This sounds more like heavenly though, so making Christian music, you know what I'm saying? That's what we call like the drop two step 1 2 left right. So if you want to make it a little darker, you can go like this. Cause like guys, when you're on these two notes, see when they're like their best friends, they're buddy buddy, the left right twins. The top note's happy, the bottom note's sad, the bottom note's evil. So listen to this. Listen to the Dylan. A little bit darker, a little bit scarier. So we're gonna roll with that. I liked how that sound, and we're just gonna blah 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 like that. And you could add more notes if you want. If you're feeling like really freaking special, like your mom made you some like bagels with some pizza on it. You know what I'm saying? Like just add like a little. Well, it says to be one lower. Alright, and guys, is this in 2026? If you're not like vibing out to your own melodies, if you're not to all of your songs, you're really You're just never gonna make it, honestly. So just give up now if you're not doing that, please. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna start off with the pad, and we're just gonna copy and paste that pattern. You also want to add some low notes. That didn't really change anything, but it makes it a little bit more full. And Control B, Control D. Control B is to send it to the next bar. Control D is to deselect. Control that D, you know what I'm saying? Alright, now we can remove. I was gonna add some variation. Screw that. We don't like variation. Alt R, even though there's nothing attached to the velocity or even the panning. Not even gonna explain what that is because it's useless. We put serum on. I like to add effects. So when you guys make a melody, super crucial. You're gonna want to put a billion effects on it. So we're gonna start with some reverb. Always good to add reverb. Especially if you're a bad producer. If you put everything with a lot of reverb, shove it in the background. Nobody's even gonna notice the sound. Might as well remove it at that point, but you get my point, you know what I'm saying? Alright, maybe a little bit of... I kind of like it as it is. Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch it. I like it as it is. It feels like, I think this was the, what, Alien Monk, man? Yeah, that's a fire pad, bro. It literally sounds like that, too. It sounds like an alien monk. Just kind of like meditating on like Planet Neutron or something like that. If you guys want to buy my kit, it's $8 billion. So just ask your mom for some money. You know, reallocate your V-Bucks of subscriptions to my sound kit. Thank you very much. And let's see what we got next. We're gonna add another sound. I like to layer a lot, so we're gonna go into someone else's kit, and we're just gonna grab. Oh, we made it. If you're a producer, you know how tough that is. You see my skills. All right, grab a little pad. Kind of like that. Sounds kind of tubular. All right. Did I just? Oh my god, bro. I'm such a dummy. You're supposed to. All right. Alright, you clone your current, and now you grab a new sound. And now you can layer. You want to clone that sucker right there, and then you're just gonna honestly screw what I just did. Forget that whole last couple seconds. You're really just gonna go to this little directory thing, and you're gonna hit category, and you're gonna go pad, and now we have all of our pads here. We're gonna go copy and just paste that sucker right in there, and we're gonna test out these different sounds. Oh, I like this one. The vibe. Yeah, I want it to be though. Fire. More attack. No, it doesn't really need that much attack, huh? I don't really like how that sounds, so I'm gonna remove that. Just double click. Make it more of like a stereotypical. guys. It's like really light in the background. So we have it on A and B here, the filter. As you can see, A and B is selected, meaning that it's applying to them. I'm at a little bit of resolution. The cutoff is too low for me, so we're gonna move that up. So I think there's a little bit of phaser. If I switch on the, oh, you can. Be a little bass phaser. Alright, I like this, I like this, I like this. Alright, so now that we have our bass, and guys, I'd recommend when you make a sound that you like in 2026, you want to be original with your sounds. You want to have an authentic kind of style too that people can go to. Oh, I want this sort of beat, I'm gonna go to that producer. You know, I want a beat that makes me want to, you know, eat my fries without ketchup. You want to be that producer that the person, the artist goes to when they're looking for that sort of beat. So what that entails is that you're gonna click the save button right next to the name of the thingamabobber, and you're gonna create your own little bank. That's not my bank. That is not my bank. That's not my bank. Oh my god, I lost all my sounds again. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Alright, what is actually going on though? Genuinely, alright. Forget, just, we're just gonna have to roll with this. I have way more sounds. My kit got hacked by probably like the Japanese government or something like that. Pad. We're gonna go with Flizzard Blizzard. You know, you really want your sounds to make it like absolutely 100% clear exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, so we're gonna level them out a little bit. So as you can see, they're a little bit different in size, and you know we're all about equality here, all about equality in 2026. And alright, so we're just gonna open up another serum and hit clone, and basically you want to run so many VSTs that essentially that your beat's gonna crash while making it. That's people don't tell you that, but that's actually gonna enhance the whole overall sound quality and design, because when there's so many VSTs that it's about to crash, the sound waves actually, they don't get clipped as much, so the sound audio quality is more full, is more clean. Whereas if you just have like one or two presets and it's running smoothly, you won't get that beautiful, you know, kind of like glitch out, kind of like frustration sort of vibe, and that really translates into a beautiful sound, because you know it's all about energy, and energy translates. So let's, I think my real kits are in here. This is, yeah, a lot of my, I don't know why some of mine are here, some of mine aren't here, some of mine are you know, looking for some peers. This is where we grab a bell. So you want to grab a bell or a pluck, something that can be like blang 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 blang. And you know, when Serum 2 doesn't load, really, like, you're just drum kit. You have a drum kit on this thing. Alright. Alright, forget that. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna find pluck. Perfect. You're gonna grab your pluck. As I said, you're gonna grab your pluck. Make sure we're still streaming. Yeah, you're gonna grab your. Oh my god, I've been sitting in the whole frame the whole time. Wow. That's trash. Okay. Well, since I've been blocking it the whole time, this is what the. This is what it looks like. Yeah. And then, you're gonna grab your little pluckaroon. Alright. I don't like serums that aren't detached, but it's too big too, so what the heck. I mean, yeah. Boom. Boom. Bottom. I don't like that note. I'll show you guys a little cheat code. So if you guys are trash at making melodies, that's actually not a problem. What you do is that you literally just copy and paste your bass notes, root notes, kind of whole scheme, and then you guys are gonna little secret sauce for you. Usually I charge like $10.99 for this, but I'll give it to you for the low price of just your soul and your mom's credit card. Is that you're gonna hold Alt, one second, Control A, Alt A, and you're gonna go to the arpeggiation for the nation. And from the arpeggiation for the nation, you're gonna kind of play with the settings and just get something that's crazy. That sounds trash. Sometimes it sounds fire. We're not gonna roll with that this time though. I don't like that either. So guys, a big thing when you're playing with melodies, just keep doing stuff until you like it. I don't like the sound at all, actually, to be honest. I like that a little bit better. I don't like that weird. It's like kind of. Why is it clipping so hard? Alright, we fix that. That's a trash wave. Don't do vintage. Such an aggressive sound. Yeah, but basically you're gonna want your own sound, so you're gonna want to make your own sound. Make it so that you like how they sound. Chances are if you like it, someone else will like it. Like, that definitely needs a little bit more of like phaser or chorus for my sort of style. I don't really like, honestly, the Serum preset. That's Flanger. I don't really like the Serum presets. It's kind of trash, but oh, that's kind of fire now. Oh, alright, fire. Now we're gonna save that pluck as pluck. I want to call this one like the clips. The clips. The serum. Clip serum preset. Yep, beautiful. And now we have our pluck. It does sound like it's water. My goodness. Hold on. This is going atrocious. Alright. Key is that, guys, if you're trash at making melodies, not like me, but kind of like me, but kind of sort of like me, you're gonna want to just keep playing the game until the game starts sounding good. I see, that sounds kind of fire. Listen to this. And then when you go up, good trick, if you guys got a repetitive melody like this, when you copy it over to the next bar, you're making 4 bars, and then you're making another 4, and then you can pitch it up, bam. Just hitting a little. I want to play with some of the stereo. So like. So it stands out a little bit. Things got like their own little spaces to be heard. And then guys, don't be afraid to go back. So like this is kind of like getting in the way of the other sounds going on. I actually kind of like it on its own. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clone this, copy this, paste that, and then we're gonna remove it from this, and we're gonna silence this first version. And we're just gonna have a just straight up pad so that we can let kind of the rest of the sounds breathe. You don't want to overcrowd, guys. Space, having nothing, is actually allowing the other sounds to have more space and to sound more fire. So like. Alright, and now with that pluck, after the pluck, I'm gonna add one more sound, and that's going to be a lead. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. The lead should be somewhere around here. That's kind of fire. I want to make it a little bit softer, so I'm gonna hold. I need to make something's really harsh with this. Too much resolution, probably. Nope, definitely not that. That actually makes it softer. I'm gonna do that. Cut off maybe a little bit higher. This is a weird filter. I think I want to boost more like the mids. That's too harsh right there. Probably gonna throw on some phaser. Increase that for sure. Definitely got distortion's gotta go. That's a start. That's a start. Hyper is kind of crazy on this one. Don't really want that neither. Take that back. I want that back. Bring it back. Alright. I want it to be smoother. It's so harsh. It's got like the little white noise gotta go too. I don't know where that's coming from. Blah blah blah. So, what is on this? It's like it's permanently just making noise. I like that. Alright, but yeah, that's fire. A little more of these. Alright, now it's gonna be that's gonna be a sound. Oh man. Yeah, so guys, moral of the story, keep playing with sounds until you like them, keep playing with your melodies until you like them, keep playing with your drums until you like them. And you'll come up with something pretty crazy. We're just gonna call this one Slizzy. And then I don't know why I just always make a noise. It's kind of weird, but I'm not a scientist. Why? Oh, bugger off, brother. Well, it's still too harsh on everything. I'm gonna high cut this thing. I'll high cut it on the. Wow. Alright, but so sometimes you want to like wah until you find a good melody too. So if you want to get them to slide, like make them slide and glide, like they're Bonnie and Clyde, just pull the notes like, and then they're gonna fly. Watch this. Alright, so we're gonna just copy and paste, and we're gonna add a slight little variation. That's crazy, stizzy, flying, crazy, bro. So when you start like saying things that don't even make sense, that's how you know your beat's gonna be really super extra fire. So really, just if you're not dancing to it, nobody else is here. So. Just in case FL hasn't crashed it, you're gonna want to load something really big like Omnisphere. Go to Keyscape Library, something that takes up a lot of space. We're gonna go with the grand piano, and we're just gonna copy that original, just the chords, just, you know what I'm saying, just get some more. It's a little thin in the background for sure, so we're gonna want to do that, and we're just gonna fully make that a stereo, drop a big reverb on it, cut the lows a little bit more, make it huge. Why is it tweaking? We got cinematic maybe. this to be a little bit smoother, so we're gonna go to the velocity. We're gonna curve this down. Make it soft. Alright, bet. So now that we made that soft. Pause. Crazy. Alright, so now that we got our melody, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our pattern, paste that. We're going to go to this little button right here, and we're going to hit the transpose. And we're just going to play with different semitones, so we're not always making C major beats. I no longer like this, like, so I'm going to change that. Alright, that's pretty fire. Down 1 is pretty fire. Let's try down 2. Since we're already down 1, we just do type in -1 +1 up at 1 or down. 1 note up or 1 note down. That's crazy. See, 20 seconds ago, you guys were probably thinking that beat is trash. Look at us now. Look at us now, mom. We are going double cheeseburger, you know what I'm saying? Quadruple cardboard. This is a fire though, melody, honestly. Alright, so we're gonna roll with the A sharp major, and we're gonna make some drums from this. And when you want some unique sounds, some of your own stuff, either make your own drum kit or just find some things that you think sound unique, that kind of fits with your sound, kind of fits with the vibe of beats that you're making. Obviously you kind of want to niche down. All right, so I'm similar to this, I'm similar to that, I do kind of like this, kind of like that, but you also want your own distinction within that as well. So this is my drum kit. Let's see what we got here. I like that. Let's see what this one sounds like. Yeah, I kind of want something wet. Something that sounds kind of like it's been splashed by water. I don't know, maybe someone like dropped like some like popsicle drip, you know what I'm saying, from it. So we're gonna go cut itself on the 808. If you guys got an 808, you just grab it. It says cut itself, so that way when one note starts, the previous one stops. Otherwise it gets too crazy. We're just gonna copy the bass notes, the root notes. Since I have ghost notes on, if you want to go ghost notes, you go to view, and you hit ghost channels. You want to leave this on. Don't have editable ghost notes, that gets too wild. And the high end on this 808 is a little bit too much. You want to put 808s in mono, by the way. You want the 808s to be hitting around plus 3 dB. See how it's a little too loud? We're just going to cut the highs a little bit. Make it a little bit shorter as well. That's what's nice about a longer 808. You can make it a bit shorter, because I want it to kind of play with the motion. See how much harder that is now? Sure, Alright, now this bass note is here. Blum blum blum. Sometimes you can try something crazy like velocities. Once you get to play with that dynamic, less sometimes more. And I do this a lot. So we're gonna grab our note, we're gonna go kabam and ka-chow. Watch this. See how crazy that is. So when you got something. I bet that bitch, but then I felt like I'm sure, feeling my fuck like little, sure I would do it right there. Feeling my alright. It's also good to just kind of see it from an artist's perspective, because ultimately you're making it for the artist. Kind of listen to it as a listener. And don't get caught up too much in the production details. Oh, did you hear the phaser I put? I think, does it sound good though? That's all that matters. So after the 808, we get the main bounce, which I want to grab a little clap. By the way, guys, this is my Metanoid drum kit dropping soon. If you guys want it, you can get a kind of like a beta version, some of my free kit options as well. Just go on my website, will be live soon. You guys can get it from there. But for now, if you guys just comment like Meta in the comment section below, I'll give you some free kits. Alright, we just want to grab also the little, I kind of want a snare as the clap. Yeah, I like that. Kind of feels like I'm drowning in some water. Always put the envelope on, just have the hold maxed out, everything else down. That gives you full control over the stop and start. Sometimes I drop a little bit of release, don't tell nobody, but I do that a little bit sustain, a little bit of release, because then it goes instead of you get what I'm saying. I get it, maybe when I find that shit. Softer intro to that open hat. Increase the attack a little bit. I love that. I love that. we got kind of the bass. We can kind of connect it with the open hat. So many options with rather hi-hat. You can just go two-step the whole way. But I want to do like something a little bit different. Yeah, so a lot of times, guys, you just want to hear your voice and kind of go with that. Shit, Alright, I want to hit the low. I like a low roll. Something like nobody really does this except me. It's probably not true, but I'm the only person I know who does this. You're gonna grab, I'll kind of go put it on 1/4. That way you get a bunch of quick ones, and you're gonna want to like gives like this cool texture to the beat, and you just want it to nicely fade out. See how it's like a it's fire. Alright, now you want to make sure you always go back to line. See how I'm playing with the velocities, high, low, keeping it bouncy. If your drums are not bouncing, it's because you're not playing with velocity. You're not playing with space. You're not creating space. You're not using space. You're just running a two-step. That's trash. It's not always trash, but this is way more fun. It gives more room for the vocal as well for the artist. The more open the beat, the more the artist can do with it. So artists, they like simple stuff because they can put more of their flavor on it. They can make it more of their own. So something with a hi-hat where it's not just two-step is going to allow a whole lot of interesting stuff to happen. And this kind of gives a distinct kind of hi-hat vibe, the low end hi-hat, and I'll show you guys some little mixing things in 1 second. I'm gonna add maybe a counter snare real quick, and then that'll be the drums, and then I want to show you guys some mixing, and we got a range. It's a little too aggressive. That's pretty good. I like that. Just gonna make that a little bit lower. This needs to be a little bit of a lower. Literally just there. Fire. That's crazy. See that just little thing adds so much bounce. Alright, now that you got a crazy fire super beat, you're just gonna go with it, delete this, split by channel. You're gonna grab all of the things that you do. You're gonna hold Alt, or when I say Alt, I mean Control, and you're just gonna scroll down the whole list of the sounds that you use. You're gonna hold Alt, and then you're gonna drag it onto your arrangement, Now you're gonna want to separate things into drums and melodies. As you can see, there's a lot of confusion here because I have a lot of different sounds going on. I don't even know how many of these are playing. I think these could be like a separate section potentially. And the open hat, clearly I didn't copy it over, so we're gonna do that real quick. Alright, now that we got all of this sort of situated, grab this, connect these things, and we're just gonna lay out a quick I like this. You don't have to make things so complicated. 1, 2, 3. So that was like 8,000. What? How did that happen? Oh. Alright, whatever. So you're gonna want you can do it literally any way that you want. I like to have 8 intro, 16 chorus, 16 verse. So I'm just gonna remove all the drums off it. That kind of sounds hard though. To remove, so kind of like the extracurricular sounds, like the for some reason the counter snare is in here, so we'll add that. We don't want that on the initial, we want that on this. If you want to drop, just 808, kind of clap, bam, and maybe like remove some sounds. Playing with space, I like to pull back. So like, see how it kind of like, it's just too much. Now that's perfect. Little things like that go a long way. It's like, guys, like if you make like 5 or 1% improvements to the sound, it'll get you into that next tier of producing. So you want to be fast, but you also want to be intentional. I typically like to create like a unique 808 pattern for the second part, just a slight variation. So if we have it as like a slide note or something, let's see what that sounds like. I like stuff like that. It just kind of makes my production a little bit different from other people's. Like nobody really plays with the velocity of the 808s and stuff like that. I like to do it. Just gives it a little bit of a unique sort of bounce. These were hitting a little bit too soft though, I won't lie. They should be a little bit higher. Alright, but guys, see how it's like a unique 808 pattern. A lot of different stuff. And then I'm gonna delete this, add this one, and I also want to add, once I show you guys, like, alright, so I'm actually gonna do the normal one here. I'm gonna have this one here, and then we're just gonna copy Control Alt C or Command Alt C if you're on Windows, and you're just gonna export. Alright, as you guys can see clearly, it just glitched out right there. I'll be back in 1 second at the P. Why did that go so? Why does it have such a long tail? We don't care. We move, we delete, and guys, what I'm gonna do is, this is what I was gonna be telling you about with the mixing. You're gonna want to put this on a channel that's not being used. Perfect, it's already good. I want the hi-hat always to be slightly below the melody, or right around the same loudness. Maybe could even be a little bit louder. Sounds good though. I just might just boost the low end like a slight bit, like kind of move this mid down, boost the low mids a little bit, just the lows. Just gotta be a little bit louder. I want to remove, there's like this little tail to the snare that I'm not super feeling. Just want to make that a little bit more out. Accents. So if you got your accent snare a little bit below the clap of the main snare. This open hat, I like to roll them around like the 20s, 20, 21 around there. And sometimes I'll even like to throw like an overall just reverb onto the whole melody as well. Just kind of connects the dots a little bit for some reason. It already sounds a little bit wavier, so we're gonna roll with that. And then I also, something I like to do is like I want to add, I know this is like real like 20 2020, 2022. I had a little bit of automation. I'm looking for a Fruity Love filter. I love Fruity Love. Oh, I love Fruity Love. Don't you love Fruity Love? Alright, I'm not finding it, so we're just gonna go into more plugins. I'm gonna type in love. Should be the only thing that pops up. And we like to just go on presets, filter, and we're gonna go with this low pass triangle. Stinky. That's fire. That's fire. excuse, whatever that just was. Alright, hold on. Just trust the process, guys. Don't question a single thing. Just trust me with your life, especially your credit card, SSN, everything. Government, if you're watching, that's a joke. Please don't be like Brendan. Clearly you're a scammer. Blah, blah, like, oh my god, please no. Alright, so we're gonna put this on 12. Watch this. Crazy. But what we can do is kind of play with it a little bit, the volume, the cut. So I'm gonna put the cut a little bit lower, so we get a little bit lower end frequencies. Make it a little bit higher. Lower the volume. So now that we got that whole thing sorted, we just want to automate that. So we're going to go to create automation clip. You right click on this volume knob, this mix knob, and then you're just going to go dong, kadong, kadingle, kablingle, and we're going to put it on where we want it to be on. Actually, maybe put it on the intro as well. We'll see about that though. Kind of like these effects. And I'm actually going to go single curve, so it's kind of going to fade out, fade in. So now that we have our main, so I actually kind of want to change that the way this drops in. I'm gonna remove this first side. Alright, and guys, little things like that, once again, little 1% improvements, they go super far. And we're just gonna grab some effects just to create some better transitions. You already know what kit I'm using. You already know what kit. I was looking for this drum kit. Alright. FX. And I really like, yeah, this riser's fit really fire. With those right here. To lower it a little bit on the transition, so you want to go from like intro to chorus or intro to verse and then verse to chorus, kind of switch it up like that. And it just well, you want to feel it a little bit. Yeah, like, oh, it's coming, the next part is coming, you feel me? That way it kind of builds anticipation, transition, you know what I'm saying? Alright, and then obviously we're gonna throw on our tag. If you guys don't have your own producer tag, you definitely want your own producer tag. Kind of makes you feel like, oh, he's a real producer, or she's a real producer. Shout out to my ladies who make beats out here. Alright. Just gonna grab our tag real quick. Beat up ass. Alright. And now, guys, you want to place this every 8 bars. I'm just playing. Place this every 8 bars so no one gets to steal your beats. Yes. All right. But now we're gonna copy and paste this whole. No, I'm just playing. We got one more step. We got one more step. This is what we call like the OG kind of the OG maneuver. So we're gonna go to Fruity EQ2, and we're just gonna go onto low cut, and we're just gonna cut that low, move that a little bit higher, drop this down. And that is going to be our low cut, and then we're just gonna hit boom, create automation. Don't even have to listen to it, I already know it's good. And we're just gonna pull this back and drop this right here, boom, hold. We're gonna remove it where there's no 808 and bring it back where there is 808, so there's 808 the whole time. So we're just gonna keep it up for the rest. And then we just copy and paste, remove the second tag, and that is our beat with the exception of the outro. So which we're gonna do for the outro, typically I just clip that first part in the intro. We'll just get a little fancy for the video, make unique. We'll reverse this, but because we can't reverse it because that tail's super long, we're not gonna reverse it. As a matter of fact, what we can do is that we can just consolidate that last part, then we'll reverse it. Control D, watch. Alright, whatever. So that's just not gonna work once again. But what we can do, there's no winning here. Let's play. We're here. Nah, sometimes I like that so much. Like I actually really like that. So what we're gonna do is just, I'm gonna mute this first one, copy this over, and see if I want to do this. No, I don't. Alright, cool. So it's always worth a shot sometimes to see if you like it. And I'm just gonna outro this, make a little fade out. And guys, that is the whole beat, guys. If you want more tutorials on how to do a beat, how to do anything, arrangement, how to make fire, melodies, drums, etc. If you want a free kit, type meta in the comment section. Give me ideas on what you want to see next. And let's just vibe out to the beat real quick. Alright guys, and that is a video. I'm about to record a little bit of stuff for some Instagram clips and stuff like that, so you know what I'm saying, bear with me type beat. So alright. Alright, And then we're just gonna grab all the rest of the patterns. So I'll play this. Have to quiet that. Alright, and alright. Now we need to show the clap. So we're gonna go to here and just not show the 808 just yet. Alright, that's all we need. Show the open hat. Alright, now we're gonna show the accent snare. Trust guys, trust. This is, if you're a producer, you know what I'm doing. Alright, bit. That's it. That's literally everything. And now we just show like the whole beat. I'm gonna be head nodding, and then blah, blah, blah. That's the whole. That is the scheme. That is the whole thing, guys. If you have any questions, probably just drop them in the comment section below. We're gonna call this one Lizard, and it is in 140 A sharp major. You always want to save your stuff, you know what I'm saying, properly. Beat, and then export it as a WAV. We don't call it a WAV, that's a WAV. Alright, guys. Peace. I appreciate you, Luna. Appreciate you. You like King Gizzard. Brother. This Lizard Glizzard. Yes. And anything for a slimy beat, you know what I'm saying, bro? I gotta pop off though. Appreciate you popping in, G. If you want a free drum kit, Lunar, just drop Meta in the comment section, and I'll get back to you in like a day or so. I'll just pop it over.